Hello everyone, my name is Bingning, and the person I shadowed named Ronald Swiller, who is the food service manager at Yukon North Dining Hall. This dining hall is located at North Campus of University of Connecticut, and it is also a certified green restaurant, which means it's more environmental responsible and they follow the standards like in energy, water waste, and chemicals. And the dining hall is self-operation, which can make the management more flexible and creative. This is the organization chart. As you can see from this chart, every dining hall has at least one manager and three or two assistants, which also depends on how big the dining hall is. And the customers are mainly the people who live in the stores. For the North Dining Hall, the customer mainly the student at North Campus. For the races, you can see from the pie chart, there are multiple races, and about 60% are white, and 10.6% are Asian, and 9.6% are Hispanic. The consumers' age range is from 18 to 35, which is also the age range for the UConn student. And their income level is not sure because they are most all students and they may not have a stable income. The food service in Yukon has a total about 600 employees. In North Dining Hall, there are about 30 employees. And as I mentioned, the consumers that the North Dining Hall mainly served are students at North Campus, which is about 400 to 600 students per day. And it is hours of operation for breakfast, lunch, between meals, and dinner. And in Northern Hill, there are about 700 to 900 meals served per day, and the serving area is a cafeteria, which has a square table and the long table for students to sit down to have the meal. For the tray line, there are multiple stations for serving different foods. For instance, the grill station serves sizzling cheeseburgers, and the slow cooked uh, breast brisket sandwich would be served at the comfort station, and the active satay station serves omelette every morning. Uh, for the most stations, students should take their own place and served by themselves. The menu, this is the menu information at Yukon Dining Hall, and this is the smart check will show up on the recipe card. As you can see, this one is the example of recipe card. You can see that there has a smart check, which means this recipe, the grilled chicken breast, uh, exactly follow the standards of the nutritional guideline of those guidelines, which to help students to get a balanced nutrition content. And there also had lots of icons for students to know what kind of meal is, like the gluten friendly, less sodium, uh, like the vegetarian. Uh, and uh, and you can see exactly the icons work in the menu. It will show up on the menu, so we can directly see what kind of meal it is. So every dining hall has the 4 weeks menu cycle begins on Monday. The menu the menu will be shown on the website, so you can search the website online. The main suppliers of food are Cisco for meat and Coca-Cola for beverage. Uh, the suppliers of ice cream and dairy are New England Ice Cream and the local supplier, Mountain Dairy. For the cleaning, the supplier are the company HPC and Aero. And Ronald also told us he did inventory once a week on his computer. And this is a sample recipe for the chilled peach soup. Uh, and uh, and the recipe used a mixer, food processor, and large skillet. In the recipe, it used a mixer to mix all the ingredients evenly, and food processor to process all the food into puree and until smooth. So the large skillet is used to cook the diced bread until the diced bread are brown, golden brown. For the meal delivery, uh, all the meals are made in one kitchen, and every dining hall has their own kitchen to deliver meals directly to the dining hall. And the main pieces of equipment in kitchen are oven and mixer. And the kitchen has a washing machine to wash the dishes with chemicals and hot water sanitization. For the background of Ronald, he has a coordinated business degree and he has 8 years restaurant experience, and he is also a registered diet technician, which means he is educated and trained at a technical level of nutrition and dietetics practice for the delivery of safe, quality food and nutritional services. For the best and the worst, the best part he mentioned about this job, uh, he can communicate with lots of people and he can solve problem under his management, which gave him a feeling of achievement. Uh, the for the worst part of the job is that he has to spend a lot of time on computer, like supervising recipes and making inventory. And there are lots of duties for him to do as a food service manager. He has to make sure the efficiency of food production and including the safe and sanitary condition of the food. He also need to make sure the food preparation is exactly follow the um, manual and the recipes. He is also responsible for the delivering training for the food service workers, and again he need to do the inventory every week. Uh, he is uh, he is also take two cooking classes at UConn, which is really surprising me because he said he want to learn more knowledge about cooking and he want to improve his cooking skill. And then this is more pictures in kitchen. Uh, this one is a slicer that can slice tomato and cucumber. And this is a grill which has two spaces uh, for cooking meat. This is a frying machine which can cook fries and like the fried chicken. And this one is a steam cuddled kettle, which to make sauces. For the rule of registered dietitian, the food service manager needs to contact with the registered dietitian, and all the menus and the recipes will be sent to the RD to revise and provide nutritional instruction. Then the chefs should follow the suggestion from the registered dietitian to make the meals. So the registered dietitian is really important to make the meals, and it's really essential to make the meal more healthy and more nutrition balance. This is my own question for the for Ronald, and I asked why do you want to be a food service manager, and he said I like to communicate with people and solve problems for the improvement in food service. And I also asked what is your management style. He said he is more focused on the efficiency of food production, and he also like to motivate people as a team, which is more uh, effect to, effective to work together and improve all the food service. The advice he gave to me for being a good service manager is to pay attention to communicate with your chefs because it is important to meet your food goal and the outcome you want. Uh, he also suggests us to get more experience in restaurant and learn from your experience because when you have the experience, you will meet lots of different situations, and those situations are really helpful for you to your future service management. And never stop learning. He also told us never stop learning. You must keep going for your goal, for your more improvement of your all your work. And this is all my presentation. Thank you for watching.